Graded South. Welcome to another great how-to video. Okay, in this how-to video we're going to be doing a single leg deadlift. Alright, so before I show you guys what this exercise is and how to do it, I just want to say that this is a complex exercise, okay? So you need to take it easy, you need to take it slow, you need to start with light weights and then work your way up once you know the technique. Alright, because there's quite a lot going on here. This is, well, depending on your flexibility, stability, you might find this harder than a regular or Romanian deadlift, I should say. We're using a bar because you're going to be doing it on one leg. Alright, so it's unilateral movement. So there's two different ways to do this with weights. I'm going to show you my way, but then I'm going to show you a variation as well. There's a lot of different variations you can do with this. So let's pick up the weights, and I'm going to show you a single leg deadlift. So you need to take one foot off the ground, okay, and again, okay. So I need to show you from the side as well because you need to see what's going on with my back. Okay, so that's a single leg deadlift. As you can see, being on one leg holds a whole lot of different factors into it as opposed to doing it with two. And there's going to be a whole lot of stability issues going on there. Alright, so to do this movement, just like all our other exercises, we really focus on the core, so you need to keep the core engaged, alright, while you're doing this. The other thing, along with the engaged core, you need to keep your shoulders back, alright, chest out. I'm not talking about to the extreme where you're overextending your back. I'm just meaning move the shoulder, the head of the humerus, just move it back a bit so your collarbones are spread widely and you're pulling these shoulder blades together in here. Another thing you'll find when I'm doing the single leg deadlift is when I'm coming over, like so, my back is straight, my shoulders are back, alright? I'm keeping a neutral spine the whole time, and that's really, really important. So you need to make sure that when you're doing it, you keep your back straight, okay? Now a couple variations of this exercise. So if you're struggling to hold two different weights, because the thing with two different weights, you've got one pulling that way, one pulling that way, you need to keep stabilising, is you can use just the one weight like such, a dumbbell, and then you just hold it here, and then you come down like this, which is a lot easier than having the two weights, alright? And down, okay? Now another thing you can be doing as well is, notice when I do it, my leg's quite far back, okay? And I go quite low. You don't have to do this, alright? You just need to go low enough where you feel the stretch in your hammies, alright? So if you're coming down to if you're coming down to here and you feel a good stretch in your hammies, that's fine, come back up, alright? Over time your mobility, your flexibility is going to increase and you're going to be able to go lower. The main thing is you're holding your back straight, alright, in a neutral position, and you're keeping your shoulders back. You should not be slumping over, rounding over, anything like I just did. That is bad. And the other thing is too, you'll notice that I bring my leg right out to here. You don't have to do that either, alright? You can just bring it to here if you want, and then you come down from the hips. Okay, and then just come down a little bit. So, as you can see, depending on your mobility, depending on your strength, depending on how your stability muscles are, you can change how easy or hard this exercise is. So, in its basic, simplest form, you can hold the weight here, and you can just come over. Oh, I feel a good stretch in my hammies, and then come up. And if that's all you can do with good technique, good posture, then that's great. Just over time, just come down a little bit lower until you can go all the way down. Alright, so I'll show you from the side. So if this is all you can do, great, that's great. You know, and then as you do it more and more, you start to come down lower. Alright? And then lower. Okay, and so on and so forth, right? Until you get to the point where you can use two dumbbells and go all the way down. Alright? So that's single leg deadlift. Just remember when you're doing this, okay, you've got a slight bend in the knee, and then you're leaning forward from the hips. You've got to keep your back straight, neutral. You've got to keep your shoulders back. You've got to keep the core tight and engaged. All right, and remember you can start off with the easier versions and work up to the harder versions. Okay, cool. Thanks for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.